Hey everyone, welcome to the new video. Today we're featuring another Melmetal Mew combo, and the reason why I always feature this team is because they actually cover each other's weaknesses relatively well, but on top of that, they're extremely accessible to all players. Everyone should have been able to get that first Mew that they get at the beginning of the game, or that first main research line that you receive. Additionally, Meltan is available through the Meltan box you can get every 3 days. Because of this, you can actually farm the perfect Meltan just for the Great League, the Ultra League, or the Master League. I always try to feature it just because it's just such an easy team to make, and this is actually pretty solid in most metas. The final Pokemon that I decided to pair this team with today was actually going to be Pidgeot though. And the reason why I chose Pidgeot was because I wanted to improve the team's ability to go against ghost types like Sableye as well as Trevenant. I know they were really popular in the meta most recently, so because of that, I thought it would be a really good pick. Additionally, it takes things out like Metachamp as well as Scrafty. To briefly summarize how this team works, Melmetal uses Thunder Shock and it gains energy very quickly. In 5 Thunder Shocks, you're going to be able to use either Superpower, which takes out your Rock types and your Steel types pretty easily, and then you're going to have Rock Slide for really good neutral damage. The thing about this Pokemon is that it's able to spam out attacks so quickly and so efficiently, it's going to just be a very common threat. It closes really well and it leads really well because it can actually dip out after a Superpower. Now the thing is that both the Pidgeot as well as the Mew play really good safe swaps, and the reason is because Mew itself, no one ever really knows exactly what you're playing on Mew. You could play Surf, Flame Charge, Dragon Claw, Grass Knot, or in my case, Wild Charge. Because of this, players are more inclined to actually use a shield up against Mew. If not, they can just take way too much damage. Let's get to some battles and I'll show you what I mean. So in game 1, I go against a Pelipper. It looks like the algorithm really favored me today because Pelipper is a great matchup for Melmetal. I can throw Rock Slides pretty easily. I don't really need to block either a Weather Ball or a Hurricane. And on top of that, even my fast move that's really designed to give me energy is doing double super effective damage over here. They're throwing their first Weather Ball here. They should have 2 stored up. Interesting this, they're going to try to catch, which here it is. They bring out the Superior. So I respond with my Pidgeot just to go and get some farm over here. I think my opponent is really unlucky with this matchup. Getting a double counter like this doesn't usually happen for me, but you know, if it does, great. Sometimes I guess the algorithm wants to favor me. For this, I'm going to commit to the farm down so that I have a Brave Bird and a Feather Dance ready to go for whatever comes out, which is probably going to be the Pelipper. Pelipper comes back, so I'm going to try to throw the Feather Dance, but we CMP tie, and the Pelipper actually wins that CMP tie. I don't imagine they would actually block this one, but I still go for the Feather Dance because I know that I can get to a second Feather Dance and then focus on farming down afterward. Because they brought out the Stunfisk, I actually went for the Brave Bird to get some good damage on this thing. It won't take it up, but it's going to do more than a Feather Dance would at least. My opponent's position just really hasn't gotten better. Their third Pokemon, Stunfisk, can easily be taken out by my Mew because I run Surf. A second Surf will definitely take out the Stunfisk, but since they don't block it, I'm just going to focus on farming it over here. I don't really need to actually do anything except get energy. This attack can either be an Earthquake or a Rock Slide. It doesn't really matter to me. If it ends up being Earthquake, it doesn't actually take my Mew out, and it still puts fast move damage pressure on there. I decided to block it because I know that my Mew has Wild Charge ready to go, and on top of that, my Melmetal in the back has a Rock Slide ready to go. Because of that, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this over here, but they know that this game is over, so they're going to go ahead and let it go. A big reason why I want to feature this team right now is because I just released that Walrein video, and I know that Melmetal is really good against the Walrein. Melmetal actually has really good shield pressure on most Pokemon out there. Things like Stunfisk kind of want to block the Superpower. I've also seen a lot of Skarmories as well as Umbreons out there as well. Because of all the top meta Pokemon, it just happens to be a really good Pokemon for the meta. Same thing with Mew. Mew is really good against things like Metachamp as well as Deoxys because it just happens to be a really good pick for the meta as well. So in game 2, we get an extremely spicy pick, Sunflora. I'll be honest, I have no idea what Sunflora does. They bring out a spicy safe swap, which is Magneton. Okay. I go ahead and take this discharge because I know it won't take me out, and I'm going to focus on actually just getting out of Superpower and then probably dipping. The correct play here is definitely to double Superpower here to take shields out and then switch into Mew, but they don't block it. That's fine with me. I don't know how my opponent's going to really recover from that though. They're still currently switch locked, meaning that I can actually go ahead and switch directly into my Pidgeot against the Sunflora. I remember this game very specifically because I was trying to figure out what it did. I went into a PvP poke like literally right now to see if I need to be worried about this charge move, but I couldn't get there in time, so I blocked it anyway, and it ended up being a Sludge Bomb. So that worked out. They top left after that. I don't think they could have really recovered from that though. And there goes game 2. For all those who said you can't play spicy picks, here we are at Legend playing spicy picks. On to game 4. Now in game 4, I see another pretty spicy pick again. It's actually going to be a Shadow Mewtwo. Now Shadow Mewtwo is really cool. They bring out a Shadow Ninetales, which I absolutely love. I think Shadow Ninetales is one of the coolest Pokemon in the game. The thing is, because it has Overheat and Weather Ball, it just has a lot of shield pressure. And Overheat can take out pretty much any Pokemon in the game. So in this matchup, I'm actually willing to just go ahead and trade shields until I can take out and keep this lineup secured. The problem with this matchup though is that the Mewtwo is actually super strong. If you let it get too much energy, it can actually take out your entire team with that Shadow Side Strike or Flamethrower, which it usually has. This means that I need to make sure that Mew has just enough energy to take out the Mewtwo afterward if it comes back. That being said, I know that this Weather Ball is coming for me, so I have to throw this Surf pretty much right away, unfortunately. They return with Mewtwo, so I'm just going to do what I can to Shadow Claw down and then go for this Surf. We CMP tie, and the thing is that Mewtwo is always going to win CMP tie. They're going to go for Side Strike and it's going to take out my Mew no problem. The good news for me is that Mewtwo is a glass cannon. This means that I could take it out with a Rock Slide. So they actually tried to catch a Rock Slide over there right now. Because of that, I'm actually going to hold on to my energy a little longer. I'm going to go for just one Rock Slide for chip damage and save the second Rock Slide for Mewtwo. The Krugunk now is low enough for me to farm down, meaning that when the Mewtwo comes out, I can either take it out with a Brave Bird / Feather Dance, or it has to throw energy against me. The Psycho Kiss will just not do enough damage here, unfortunately, for them. They throw right away, but once again, my Melmetal in the back has a Rock Slide ready to go to take out this Mewtwo. And there goes game 3. Spicy picks today. Let's go to game 4. So in game 4, we have someone who isn't legend yet, meaning that we're probably going to see a more meta Pokemon. There's the Scrafty. Scrafty is a relatively bad matchup, but because Melmetal has Superpower, it has really good play against it still. This attack here might be a foul play, which will take me out, so I'm going to block it just to make sure I conserve my energy. I'm going to go for my first Superpower here. They sneak in a counter, which is gigantic. It's going to do so much damage to me. I don't want to see that. Because of that, I switch out into my Pidgeot right away and force them to switch on their side. They bring out their Charmer, which is good for me. The fact that it's not a Powder Snow Alolan Ninetales really helps me out over here because I can actually take my time and get some extra energy. The whole point of this Pidgeot at this point is to actually just either A, make them waste energy, or B, Feather Dance them down so low that the Charms don't do a lot of damage to my Melmetal. Melmetal now is just going to throw a Rock Slide to take out this Alolan Ninetales. I can't imagine any reason why they would block this because they want to get it out of there. We're going to see a return to Scrafty. I'm going to Superpower right away and then switch into my Mew. And they let it go, so that's a huge win for me. They bring out a second Charmer, which is just awful for me. It is what it is. The good news for me is that my Mew can actually get out 2 Surfs before it goes down. There's Surf number 1, and I'm starting to lag a little bit. Not that great, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's still just GBL. Here comes the second Surf, and my Mew would have been taken if I didn't do that. This here is going to be a Power Punch, but I'm still going to block it because I want the Shadow Claw damage. The Scrafty is actually low enough for me to go ahead and force that fight over here, and then farm it down with Thunder Shocks. If I didn't block that, what would have happened is that my Melmetal would have actually died to counter damage from the power punched Scrafty there. It doesn't really feel great to block a 1 health Mew against power punch, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. In game 5, we see an Altaria, which is another favorable matchup. I can go ahead and focus on just getting Roxas against it. They bring out a Meganium, so I double counter once again. Just getting really lucky with those double counters today. I don't need to block either the Frenzy Plant or the Earthquake because I resist them pretty well. And I'm just going to focus on getting a farm down here. At the end of this fight, I should have, I think, 2 Feather Dances ready to go. I'm still not going to block it because I'm okay with letting my Pidgeot go right away after this because I can switch lock whatever I go against. I'm expecting the Altaria to come back out, so I'm going to tap on that Brave Bird as fast as possible. That way my Pidgeot will go down right away to the Altaria and I can bring my Melmetal back. It also really helps that they chose not to block that, which is great for me. At this point, this Altaria is 1 Rock Slide away from going down. The best thing about this match is that Melmetal resists both moves that Altaria can throw at it, so once again I don't have to block anything, which is great. So I was lagging again, but you'll actually have noticed that that Vigoroth was actually switched in to catch this Rock Slide over here. This means that I'm going to go straight for the Superpower, and then I'm going to switch back in to my Mew. I'm doing this because I know for a fact that my Melmetal can actually O2 shields the Altaria at this point. The only thing my Mew needs to do here is that it just needs to get a Wild Charge off. If it gets a Wild Charge off, then this game is 100% over. So I'm going to go for a Surf Bait here, and the reason why I went for a Surf Bait was because I'm 99% sure that this Vigoroth is going to throw a Body Slam and CMP timing, which, boom, there it was. This means that the Vigoroth has to actually block or will waste all the energy. At this point, I can go ahead and Wild Charge this Altaria down, and then I can Wild Charge the Vigoroth coming out as well. So I play this part really poorly. I actually go for the Surf on accident. I should have just gone for the Wild Charge. I was only 1 attack away, but I guess I was just really afraid of the Vigoroth getting an extra Body Slam there and taking out my Mew. That being said, even on my Melmetal, I could have just taken out with Superpower over here. And there goes game 5. I actually ended up playing this team for about 10 matches total. It didn't go 10-0. I think it went at the end of the day 8-2. 5-0 in this match, and then the second match, it went 3-2. Still a good positive record. Overall, I think it's a good team. It's a very accessible team, which is what I really like about it. And with the upcoming increase in wall rank teams, I think the team's just going to have a lot of really good play for the rest of the weekend probably. If you enjoyed the video, go and give me a like up there. If there's a Pokemon that you want to see featured, put it in the comments. I'll be happy to take a look in and see if I can find a good team for it. Additionally, I actually just recently launched my Discord channel. You can find it in the comments below, or sorry, in the description below. But other than that, I hope you have a good day, and hope you get some good luck in the Battle League.